The man was bored on the boat, idly playing with a dagger, when a stab, he accidentally punctured the deck. River water began gushing through the hole, and he quickly plugged it with his foot. Just then, the enemy suddenly attacked. They were heavily armed, and the group couldn't fight head-on, so they disguised themselves as fishermen to slip past. The enemy commander boarded to inspect. In a panic, Little Black tossed a worm onto the commander's hat. Suehua pretended to be fishing but accidentally flung her fishing rod away, claiming it was an 8x scope for spotting directions. The commander was fooled and prepared to leave, but when he saw Suehua heading into the women's restroom, he realized something was off. Their cover blown, a firefight broke out instantly. Jack stayed behind to cover the team as they jumped into the water to escape. He rushed into the cabin, firing fiercely, dropping enemies one after another until bullet casings piled up like a hill. The enemies obligingly formed a neat line, stepping up to be taken out one by one. But just as Jack's ammo ran dry, the enemy commander pulled out a grenade, blasting Jack into the air and sending him crashing down near his teammates. They worked together to yank him out of the dirt, Suehua tearing off part of her clothing to bandage him, while the other two pretended to be injured to get bandaged too. They quickly reached the prison where Beardy was holding hostages. Jack saw the courtyard was full of armed guards, so he used pliers to pry open the wire fence only to have the entire gate collapse with a loud crash. They pressed on, deciding to split up. In his rush, Jack set up a cannon and knocked on the door. When the enemy opened it, he dropped them with a single punch, then took out a patrolling guard with another. Suehua pulled out a sniper rifle and picked off enemies with precision, covering her teammates' advance. Jack slipped into the warden's office to assassinate him, but the warden's agile footwork let him dodge arrow after arrow until Jack's quiver was empty. Returning to his room and seeing the wall covered in arrows, the warden grew alert and loaded his gun. At that critical moment, Jack grabbed a nearby roaming chicken, used it as a makeshift projectile, and hit the target dead on. The warden dropped instantly. The group finally made it inside, found the hostages, and successfully rescued them.